Okay, so it's been a while, hasn't it? Couple of months? Yeah. That's a while. But hey, I'm back and we're gonna review something today. But what to review? What to review? Some of these new movies that came out? Nah. Maybe maybe an older movie that my audience has never heard of before. True to form, right? No. I got it. How about somewhat obscure Korean reality show on Netflix? Yeah, I think I'll do that one. Now, something that may surprise some of you is that I like exercise. I know, very shocking, but it's true. Something else I like that hopefully won't ruin my reputation is I do have I sunscreen everything? I think I did. I do have a bit of a soft spot, or just a spot, for reality shows. Now, I know what some of you, or maybe all of you, are going to say. You're going to say something to the effect of, John, reality shows are not real. They all have scripts. They're bad, They're ruining America. Yada, 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 blah, blah, crap. So, which I say, for one thing, something being scripted does not necessarily make it bad. Hell, most YouTube videos nowadays are scripted. Even vlog and conversational podcasts are scripted at least a little bit. Hell, this show is freaking scripted. Does that make it bad? I certainly hope not. And in fact, you actually need something of a script to make something interesting. And if you didn't know, story and script are the same thing. So to make something interesting, you need a story, you need a script. So something having a script, even if it is a reality show, does not necessarily make it bad off the bat. What makes a reality show bad is if people aren't actually doing anything besides talking about how this person sucks, or that person is bad or trash, or they're ruining my life, or whatever. That instead, the best reality shows are those that have some kind of purpose to them. A lot of people mention they like Gordon Ramsay, and his Hell's Kitchen, all his stuff, because, they like seeing Gordon, obviously, but it's also because he's doing something. He's not just pitting people against each other, trying to build drama or whatever. He actually has a purpose. He's like, okay, your food sucks, I'm going to show you what to do. Do what I say, and he's yelling at stupid people. He's doing something. That's a good reality show. As far as competitions, people like those cooking shows on the Food Network. I don't know if they still do most of them, but, it's like, all right, cook a thing, do a series of things, and even if it has some reality show bullshit, like the Cutthroat Kitchen, it's like, okay, cook a burger, but you can only flip it using I don't know, a water bottle, right? That's fairly interesting. That's a good reality show. Scripted, maybe. A little trickery magic going on, sure, why not? Still a fun show. Got like documentaries, things of that nature. They're doing something. And that's what matters. They're a good show. That's where Physical 100 comes in. So it's a reality show, but it's a competition show. So that's a plus. The people are doing something. And the premise is these people are like the top athletes from around Korea. And what's cool is that they pick athletes in sports you may not have thought of. You know, you got your obvious, like your boxers, you know, your MMA fighters, you know, your wrestlers, things of this nature. But, you know, they also have cheerleaders, lugers, skeleton players. I guess rugby's fairly obvious. They got cyclists. You know, they bring in also powerlifters and strength athletes. They got YouTubers and actors even on this show. Well, that's something you never think about, you know? I guess these people may be fairly athletic if they train correctly. It's pretty interesting. And if I didn't mention it, or what might not be fairly obvious, unlike a lot of reality shows where, you know, a competition may top out at like 16, or they'll have a bunch of people, you know, and they'll compete them in different episodes, like I guess that's how American Ninja Warrior works. I haven't seen the show personally. This show, there's 100 people all competing, doing insane, wacky nonsense for money. Insane, sexy, wacky people competing for money. Tell me that you're above that. You can't. So basically, the format goes something like this. Start with 100 people, and then we're going to whittle a bunch of them down, depending on who could finish the crazy fitness challenge the best. So I'll start with an initial challenge, then they'll go head to head, knock out half of them. Then they'll do team challenges, and then a revival match for one of those teams. Then more team challenges. Eventually they'll whittle it down, get it down, break up the teams, get the final people, go head to head, all out battle, until they determine the winner. Some of these challenges are fairly simple looking. things like run until you stop, or run and try to capture the flag, hang on a bar until you drop. Things that seem like, okay, this is pretty simple. One of the things about the show, they take something like loading a bunch of sacks that are like 6 or 20 kilos, fairly standard weights, but then, okay, you have to run around a maze and load it into giant scales. Or, all right, climb a rope, but the rope's going to keep falling down. So they take simple ideas of like general fitness and, I'm going to call it capability, things that people should be doing in their everyday life, and they make an entire show around that. So it's non-standard for any sport, but it's just general, all right, no matter who you are, you should be able to run fairly good. You should be able to hang from a bar, do pull-ups, things of this nature. Flipping a tire. Is something people should do. I don't know if out of breath ASMR is a thing, but maybe I should do that. Little side series. Are your ears tickled yet? But for physical, there is strength components, but it's strength over a long endurance. Like I said, picking up sacks and carrying them around a maze will last 10 minutes. Building a bridge and carrying sacks to dump sand into a big scale will last 10, 15 minutes, whatever. Or even something like holding a big stone over your head, you have to do that till you drop it, and that can last for several hours. So strength, cardio, conditioning, endurance, all of that plays a huge factor in the show, and makes it fun to watch. Speaking of endurance, would you believe I'm only a little over halfway down the tire flips? This is where it gets hard. Now, some of the events can be kind of like, all right, really? Like, flipping over tiles to match your color. Like, great. But also a lot of like gladiator fighting style events. Cool. Let's go. One of the double-edged swords of the show is the number of contestants. On one hand, it's fun to see a bunch of people doing stuff, but a lot of the times, some of the early contestants that get eliminated, you don't really know them. You know, they may get some focus on, they may not. I don't even think we get a proper introduction to all these people. I mean, it is what it is. Just maybe a longer season would help us like get to know, like, oh, there's that guy, that guy. But 100 people, I don't think we meet all of them. You know, a lot of these people you forget about. You know, it makes people not stand out as well. Like a lot of people on other reality shows with less people, they can remember, oh, I remember that guy, You know, this person did something so crazy, or, oh, wow, you know, this happened on this episode, and wow, that's one of my favorite episodes. Yeah. Well, as far as competitors go, it is nice to see people that have a modicum of basic respect for each other and are polite. You know, because we all see the competition shows with American assholes where they're like, I'm the best at what I do. Nobody's better than me. You know, anyone disagrees are wrong and go to hell. You know, screw this person, screw that person. I should have won. Blah 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 blah. I guess that's maybe a cultural difference with Korea. It's like, you know, people will say, "Oh wow, look at that person. He's so cool. I don't know if I can beat that person." Or, you know, and people that you think are going to win, they're like, "Oh, you know, I hope I can choose a good team." You know, they choose a team, they'll say like, "Oh, please join my team. You know, thank you very much." And it's nice to see that. It's kind of refreshing in a way. We focus more on the competition. Now you get a couple assholes who do shitty things, but you know, they usually get eliminated anyway, so it's all good. And a lot of times people will go there to kind of prove themselves. You know, they're like, "Oh, this guy is a really, you know, well-known MMA fighter. I'm a young MMA fighter. I want to challenge this guy directly to see if I can beat him." And they can't beat him. It's like, well, you know, it is what it is, and people respect each other. It's nice to see. And as a bonus, there are a lot of really good-looking girls to look at on this show, which, bonus. Which, sorry if you prefer men, I can really only relate to the women thing, but dudes ain't half bad looking, and they take their shirts off quite frequently, so if you're into that, you know, there you go. Oh shit. One problem though is that because there's so many people, the events take so long that one event can last multiple episodes. And it's like, okay, dude, we've seen this. Can you hurry it along? Consumer brain rot. I need a little something different to kind of keep me going, And it also affects the editing. The events last so long that they'll have like a hype up event, a prize fight between two people, and they'll hype it up for like 10 minutes at the end of one episode, then roll it over to the beginning of the next episode to like try to keep you engaged. I'm like, dude, I'm watching Netflix. The intent is to binge the show. I'm already binging it. I don't need to see a hype up. I can tell you don't have footage, but like, don't treat me like I'm dumb. All that being said, I don't really care. This show is a fuck of a lot of fun to watch, though, despite some problems. I watched this show with my dad, and we were having so much fun watching it. We were laughing and screaming and saying, "Oh, what the hell is that?" And I highly recommend you watch it. If it weren't already obvious what I think of this show, what? One more. One more. It's awesome. Go watch it. But if you're wondering, 600 thereabouts, 80 flips. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, I got good news for you because I am officially back after, a long hiatus. So yes, I am back. I am here to make more videos, more of these gym reviews. It probably won't be a weekly release schedule like it was a while back. Probably going to be, bi-weekly, once every couple weeks kind of thing. Something else I thought about doing was, them shorts on YouTube, right? I was thinking about maybe some quick-fire 1-minute movie reviews, Be a good way to review newer movies that some of you may want to get my opinion on. And, since TikTok, I think, is banned at this point, YouTube Shorts. What do you guys think? Is that a good idea? I don't know. I think it's a good idea, but, what do I know? Hey, while you're here and while I got your attention still, something else you should do is go down below this here video and click the buttons. You know what buttons I'm talking about. I don't have to say them at this point. You've been on YouTube, right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Because, it helped me out and I'd greatly appreciate it. Only if you want to, though. And also while you're there, something I didn't mention before in the last series of episodes is I have an Instagram now. Hooray, and I'm posting to that, just some funny stuff, things you might find interesting. So go check that out if you want some, extra entertainment besides the videos. I'll still be posting to Twitter, basically just for update purposes, but, we'll see how it goes. Instagram and Twitter. Go follow Cinema Strength down there. What do you all think? Do you like this show? Have you seen it? Have you not? Is it good? Is it crap? Do you think I'm a dumbass for my opinion? Well, comment down below, because that's where you can tell me so. Anyway, that's about all I got, so if you'll excuse me, breakfast awaits. Later.